Hello, and welcome to my twin flame journey. I am Shine, and this is going to be the March reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And be sure to check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to get additional messages. Also, keep in mind that these readings are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you like a personal reading, all the information is below. And also, when I'm describing the situation, even though I'm trying to do it from your perspective, this again could be you taking the action. Say if someone's wanting to reconcile, it could be you initiating it or someone else doing it. So again, just apply the energies to your situation. I did switch things up a bit for the spring, for the new year, so I do have a new spread. And what we have here is what the overview is, or what the situation will be in March, the universe's advice in regards to this, why this is happening, what you're thinking, feeling, or doing in regards to the situation, what is the higher message for you involved, whether it be from your higher self, again, or just from spirit, what your advice is, what are any challenges that might be presenting themselves or things that you need to be aware of in order to have a good outcome. And this is what the possible outcome is, or what would be coming as a result of what's transpired here, or if one follows the advice, this could come to you. And then we'll clarify. Now, in this particular deck, you have the Prince of Autumn and the Princess of Autumn. Now, which basically is the Page of Pentacles, but they have the two versions of basically the same card. So I'll tell you the meaning of the Page of Pentacles, but I'll also read anything that, extra that you might need to know from the two different versions of this card in the book. So let us start with what the overview, what you're going to be dealing with. It is the Prince of Autumn, which is the Page of Pentacles. Dependable, protective, chivalrous, and humorous. Cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, and kindness to others. And then you have the Princess of Autumn. Studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous, happy news about your career, promotions, or scholarships, well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. So, you have the Four of Winter here, which is the Four of Swords. Set aside your concerns for now. You can make a decision later. Solutions that come from meditation or the need for more sleep or vacation, which I know everybody could benefit from that, right? Now, as I said, I'm going to tell you the traditional meaning of the Page of Pentacles. I'm going to read from here. Now, I haven't checked to see, but I don't think that these are each other's counterparts. Like one could be you, one could be the other person, the way that it usually is if, say, the King of Wands and Queen of Wands show up together, etc., because it doesn't really, and the other one, the pages are just the boy pages, usually. But here they have both. So again, I don't know if this is just the situation, the energy, or this is yours and the other person's, or just yours, but like I said, we'll get into detail. Now, of course, the traditional Page of Pentacles, it's about new beginnings, stable offers, money, definitely money, career, earth, tangible, rooted, grounded, long-lasting. It's about enthusiasm, desire, and focus on a long-term goal, like it's the beginning stages. It's, using one's common sense and careful planning. So you said meticulous actions, the details. Making one's thoughts into a reality. Again, it's not air, it's not thinking, it's in the earthly realm. It's tangible. beginning of a new project or a venture. Again, commitment, dedication to that. And I'll read from the book in a second, but the Four of Swords is, you know, a time of rest, a time, a lull. And this is kind of what's going on with a lot of people. There's like a little bit of a lull before something new picks up again. So perhaps this is symbolizing this kind of rest period that's happening for you, or it's a time of also of reflecting. So maybe there's something that you're thinking about, you're contemplating, which obviously it is. But there's a key issue that's kind of dominating your life. There's something that you're wanting to address. Again, it's a period of rest and recovery, meditating on something, contemplating, buying one's time a bit while you figure something out. And again, it's also recovery from a challenging time. That obviously, Four Swords, it's just a rest period, but then you got to take action after that. So it's, again, taking that lull to figure out one's next steps. It's, you know, to replenish your strength and spend time in spiritual thinking. Now, it's you should be using this time wisely. You know, heal the body, heal the mind. It's, you know, I need a sign to, you know, stop worrying, put one's defenses down, take a breather from the chaos. You know, the battle isn't over. You know, you'll need to face it again. Eventually, you have to go to the next swords, you know, or it's this feeling a need for seclusion so one can think, so one can contemplate. So, the Princess of Autumn. Well, Prince. Let's do Prince first because he's first. Sometimes you don't need to rush to action. Some people like to have a plan first. And oh man, does this prince have a plan. He has everything figured out from A to Z with multiple backup options should you need them. Courageous, gallant, trustworthy, and kind, this prince is your protector and is truly watching out for you in every way. He is much like a fairy guardian who has the added benefit of being able to put together a sound business plan for you. Still, he doesn't move very fast. It's going to take him time to get things done. You may have to wait a while. So maybe that's what this Four of Swords is this waiting, contemplation. The Prince of Autumn floats slowly and gently upon a leaf. He is in no hurry to take action, but the light at the end of his staff reflects the intellectual brilliance at work inside his mind. So again, while you're sitting there thinking, you're thinking of all these brilliant ideas. Additional meaning of the card is cautious but wise action, a very hard worker, a nature lover who is often a vegetarian, a vegan, meticulous attention to detail, putting other people first, and a message from the fairies. And then the Princess of Autumn. You can never know too much, or so says our Princess of Autumn. This optimistic and happy young lady simply loves to learn. She's charming and reliable, upbeat, and so very clever. She does have a bit of mischievous streak running through her, so you might want to keep an eye out for that. Besides being an absolute joy to be around, she's also responsible and wise beyond her years. Did we mention that she loves to learn? This gal can be the perpetual student, taking longer than usual to get into the real world. She may also think things through way too long before acting. But when she does move into action, everything will go perfectly. The Ace of Autumn has grown up, and the books that were closed to her before are now open. The knowledge she has gained has provided the abundance accumulating on the desk. Additional meaning of the card, time to go back to school, study and research, seminars or courses, good news about finances, needing a push to get started, and working your way up the ladder. So again, this could be you in contemplation mode, or somebody is taking their time, really thinking things through before presenting an offer of some kind, because we have generosity here, and then we also have Spirit's advice, which is helpful people. So helpful people, this card indicates that it's time to expand your circle of friends, or you may find yourself needing to do some professional networking. Make time to branch out in order to create the personal or career connections necessary to be happy and successful. This card can also indicate that your situation requires the input of those who can assist you in accomplishing the task before you. This may include professionals in fields related to your question or others who work for or around you. It could also include people in your personal life who have experience that would be useful. This card lets you know that someone will be entering your life soon who can help make your dreams come true. So that's what I meant. Earthly, tangible, real world. Something's coming in, or somebody's thinking about making an offer, but they're you know, because attention needs to be put to it. You know, it's cautious but wise action, you know. But they're saying, you know, don't worry too much. Perhaps you'll find assistance. Perhaps this is the assistance. Perhaps you're wanting to give assistance, or you can find something or some way or somehow to assist you when you come out of this Four of Winter and you're ready to take action. And why is this happening? Well, because there was some lies going on over here. Either we were lying to ourselves or being lied to, or lied to somebody else, but there was some deception going on. That's why people taking a rest. That's why people thinking things through before they make any offers or accept any offers. Because somebody's all in their feelings. This is the dark-haired woman. This is somebody who's in their shadow self. Could be negative behaviors, negative thinking, you know, stinking thinking. Could be our shoulda, woulda, couldas, our woes, fear, anger, resentment, guilt, worry, stress, all the negative crap. So either somebody is feeling this way because there was some deception involved, but, you know, somebody's trying to come in and make some kind of offer. This kind of reminds me of the Ace of Pentacles, which again is Pentacles. Pentacles, something grounded, something earthly, something, you know. So either, we got scandal first, let's say this one. So again, some shady shite went on over here. Some lies, some maybe cheating or whatever went on here. Some epiphanies came to oneself in regards to a situation, and now they're contemplating giving an offer or accepting an offer from someone from the past who was deceptive and who did some scandalous deeds. But so let us see who's who and what's what, right? Deception. Deception. I was mentioned, I think, in the Aries reading. I don't know if you have Aries in your chart, but it doesn't matter whose sign I'm doing, or if it's the weekly or the monthly. It's always somebody lying, always somebody in the enemy cards and the deception. It's so sad. It's like, can't we all just get along, right? Can't people just? But that's why you're here. People incarnate here with their karma, and then when they're here, they become conditioned in their childhood. What love looked like to them. That's how they engage in relationships. You know, it's all psychology and spirituality. And that's what your life is playing out. And that's why it's about learning lessons, etc., ascending higher, shedding your karma, but always onward and upward, right? So that's why there's an opportunity here. Let's see if it's going to be onward and upward, or see you later. Let's see. Deception. There's always deception. Deception. Alegras al cuore. This is joyousness, lightheartedness, celebrating, reuniting. Reminds me of the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups, everybody knows, also sometimes stands for third-party situations. So perhaps somebody was lying and cheating and stepping out and there was a third party involved. Or someone's now wanting to being deceptive in their offer to reunite. Well, let's see what's going on. Deception. Watch out for deceptive offers. And we have here again celebrating friends, family, happy times, you know, reuniting, people we enjoy to be around. This again was on deception. And again, you notice there's 3 people on that card and 3 people on this card. Again, possible third-party situations. And then we have Lamante, which is the female lover, or someone who's, you know, kind of hiding her feelings. And then we have Hope. So, you know, either somebody's hoping that somebody expresses their love, you know, they get the love back and the good times back and the reuniting and the joyousness, and the person is no longer, you know, in their shadow self, hating you and resenting you and being angry and sad or whatever, or this is you wondering if you can change your feelings around, if you're trying to have hope in regards to love and being happy despite, you know, deceptions in the past that you might have experienced with somebody. I'm trying to see, or somebody's trying to play like, oh yeah, I miss you, I want to be with you, whatever, and then they're being deceptive. Well, let's see. Let's see more. Dark-haired woman. Sometimes we wonder, are we deceiving ourselves, thinking we can be happy and reunite with this person and I can love them again? Because maybe maybe this is about forgiveness. Wondering if one can forgive again. Wonder if one wants to accept an offer. And we have Javine Fanchula, which is kind of reminds me of the Knight of Pentacles lady. You know, independent, single lady card. This is also an attraction to a young lady, and this was on the dark-haired woman. And we have somebody's depressed. That's where you get the dark shadow self again. Depression, low morale. So again, this could be you. It's all in your feelings about something that happened here. You know, wondering if there's any hope, wondering if you can forgive, wondering if you should accept an offer, taking time out to contemplate, to decide. You know, because you're not feeling too good currently about things. Or, you know, again, if you're trying to reunite with this person, this is you in your hesitation, you're feeling low morale, like, you know, you don't feel like, you know if you should put in the effort, you know, because you don't know if you voice your attraction to this person, if it'll be reciprocated, you know, again, if you'll get their love back, if there's any hope to reunite, you know, despite this possible third party, or if that's not third party, it's just again to reunite and be happy and again to change things around a situation that's obviously not so swift at the moment. So again, you could be fearing making an offer because you don't know what you're going to be met with. Somebody that's receptive or somebody that's still, you know, upset with you. And we got some foolish choices. So somebody feels regretful. Somebody feels like they made foolish choices and now they're all depressed about it. So that's either you, them, or both of you. Generosity, yep, message from a distance. Somebody's coming in trying to make some kind of offer or some reconciliation. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. A lot of past people. Blast from the past coming back. Either you're the blast or you're going to receive one. Generosity. And everybody's in contemplation mode. Everybody's trying to figure out, do I go back to this or do I just let it go and look for something else? So a lot of people are going through this. Looked like love was going to flip on the generosity. Let's see. There's your love over here, generosity. We got, you know, Belvedere, trying to look towards the future, trying to have foresight on a situation, look long term if something can be possible, or trying to be optimistic about the future. Again, having a bright outlook, trying to be hopeful. Because right now, people are feeling like trapped or stuck or like they can't move forward. This is a Prigioni guy. He's like sitting there like he can't. He's all depressed in his woes. And he's, you know, feeling stuck. Or someone's going to express to you that they feel stuck or like they haven't been able to move forward or move on. This is like the Eight of Swords, just all in one's heads and one's thoughts. But this is all our own doing more than external forces. Like you can take the blindfold off or walk out. You know, it's just about, but people are in their contemplation mode because they don't know what to do. Scandal. Yep, we got the thief. Somebody stepped out. Sidestepping, cheating, third parties. This is something that's someone that takes something from us. Could be our hopes, our dreams, our hearts, whatever it is. Thief in the night. This is all, you know, it's because it symbolizes something that's missing. It's like you could be missing someone, but let's see what else comes here. We have the precious gift. Maybe somebody stole your material items, your money. Well, this isn't denardi, but this is, you know, something that we value, something that's a gift, or we consider a gift. And it could could be an emotion that you feel towards someone, or actually something that's, you know, an actual item. Like I said, we got the scandal and the thief and the gift. Like I said, I don't know if somebody stole something from you, or they lost something that they valued. You know, they lost because of what happened here. They lost something, you know, that they thought was precious to them, you know, or they felt it was taken from them. Again, our hearts, our love, our time, our investment, whatever. Nope. So maybe someone took your money and your jewels. Damn. And if this is you, shame, shame. Shame, shame. Oh, I sound like that nun off of Game of Thrones. Shame, shame. And she's like making people do the walk of shame. Oh, if any of you watch that show, I love that show. I was a late starter on that. But I can't wait. I can't believe we got to wait till 2019. But I digress. So as I was saying, something went on here where something was taken from somebody. Someone's love, time, could have been finances, could have been jewels, things. You know, something was taken, and was some lies and deception, and now people are feeling some type of way, and feeling regretful and sad and uncertain and trapped, and oof. I feel for you. I feel for you, because that's stinks. That's why people are taking their time. Cautious but wise action. Meticulous action to detail. Well thought out plans. People are thinking this one out. And speaking of thinking, what you're thinking, feeling, doing in regards to this is where you're trying to have faith. That despite it all, trying to have faith in love. And you're trying not to worry. The bad news here. Or you're hoping there's no bad news. And you're hoping that you'll be able to continue on your journey peacefully. This is under love. Journey in love. Oof, with that shady going on over there, it's going to take a whole lot of faith, isn't it? Let's see, faith. Faith that happiness can be restored. Celebrations, gatherings of friends, family, happy times. Faith that we once again can drink and be merry with our companions. Faith that somebody's going to be faithful and loyal and want us back despite our shady shite. Someone who we thought was a friend and a confidant and was dependable and reliable and there for us, though we were not for them. So, or this is you trying to be a friend to your damn self, trying to keep faith and hope alive in regards to love and your journey and what you've learned and etc. And now you're going to be, focus on that which you know can reap rewards and be a good investment of your time, love, energy, etc. And then we have love. Love, life's sweetest reward. It's a love boat. Used to be my show when I was like 8 years old. Love. Well, we're open to come out of depression. And get again, depression, low morale, on love. We're trying to keep the faith. Because right now we're not having it so much. We also have, again, the precious gift on love. From someone from our past, La Vecchia Signora. This is usually an older female, 40s and up, or this just symbolizes the past or a person from the past, male or female. And even with all of this stuff, whenever I say masculine and feminine, that stands more for energy than gender. And whatever one you're embodying more of at the time, that could be the one that you resonate with in readings. So again, it's not gender specific. It's just the energy that you're embodying. So keep in mind too, when I read the cards, I mean, generally, if this is a dark-haired woman, well, they have a dark-haired man in this deck, but, for some of these ones, if the gender seems different than but, it sounds like your situation, just apply it. Because they don't have like the male friend in this, this just symbolizes friend and whatever. So I guess that could be male or female. Same thing as the Vecchia Signora, because they don't have a man from the past, Let's see, bad news. Bad news, we got domestico. Could be a living situation, domesticated. This is also the male version of the helper, because we have the Donna di Servizio, which is the female one. Someone who is helpful. Sometimes this dude though mostly helps himself. So again, it could be someone who is not quite shady, but serves his own interests. Well, this is like the guy, the doorman, who works for tips. He's not, doesn't have a certain guest that he's more loyal to than whatever. He's loyal to all the guests, because they all give tips. So, or this could be someone who's trying to be helpful. That's why you got helpful people here. And same thing with these pages of pentacles and stuff, like some kind of offer. Again, some kind of help. This is on bad news, or maybe you're fearing you won't get any help, or you won't be able to help this situation. And again, we have casa, which is what I said, domesticated. Could be some living situation. On scandal here, well, we got a house, but it's You know, the shades drawn here. We got a love letter. Someone expressing their feelings. Again, it could be wanting an apology. It could be voicing their regrets. It could be someone, again, just fearing the worst or delivering bad news. You know, and we have Javine Finchula again. You know, attraction to a young lady. Again, maybe if this was some third-party situation, you know, you're getting news that now they're choosing you. They want to come live with you. They want to help this situation heal. You know, we also have La Suburbia, which is arrogance, ego in whatever sense, our own ego, our shadow side, fear, resentment, hurt, etc. Or it could be, you know, egotistical. That's why you got the arrogance, you know, so maybe someone was behaving that way. Or this is letting go of one's fears too, and so things can turn around for the better, or hoping that they turn around for the better if they let go of their ego and their fears and write this letter and express how they feel and etc. Or this is you. Yeah. And then we have Journey. Maybe someone's coming to bring back the money they took. All these pentacles here. Oh, we got money again. Money. Conversation. Feeling stuck. So again, this could either be you feeling stuck because your finances are not so great. Maybe this was some kind of codependent situation where somebody was bearing the brunt of the financial weight, doing more, you know, a lot of codependent situations is going around too. You know, but there's going to be a talk, or someone's thinking about talk, because again, this is thinking, feeling, doing in regards to a situation. So again, if I don't know if you're making the offer, you know, this, finances are definitely in play here because we're getting denari a few times. We got a lot of pentacles going on here. So money is some kind of issue. Again, this is about feeling stuck, feeling trapped. You know, and I would look at this as in regards to our finances and unable to kind of move forward, travel, possibly even. So that is that, my dears. Now let us see what is the higher message here. Well, Jesus, because Lord knows you're going to need some strength and some prayers. And you pray for Jesus' help and guidance with this situation. Jesus is about compassion. It's about, you know, unconditional love. But unconditional love, people confuse that. It doesn't mean like I'll let you do whatever you want and I'll love you no matter what. You can love those people from a distance and get the hell out of there. You know, unconditional love is no matter what conditions life throws out at us. Richer for poorer, sickness and health. That's all, you know, there's a difference there. But this is about, you know, again, forgiveness, compassion, healing whatever wounds that were had in this situation, and trying to find some joy or be in joy. By enjoying this moment, I am giving thanks to God for my life. It's about trying to be present, healing the past, moving on from the past for your own self. You know, trying to be joyous and positive, and that, you know, things can be turning around for the better. Trying to keep the faith. And then we have feminine, either in regards to this person or this is you. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valued part of my identity. And this could also be, you know, even if you're masculine, maybe you're needing to embody more of the feminine energy. Or this is the feminine being independent, you know, and doing her thing. Where is Mother Mary? Oh, it's over here. Yeah, this is it. Oh, the confusion. The feminine I wanted to read. Feminine Mother Mary demonstrates that you can be simultaneously feminine and strong. Her sweet and loving nature is balanced by a clear vision of her duty to God's will, whether you're a woman or a man. You have a feminine and a masculine nature. This card comes to you as a message for you to allow your feminine side to be more present and accessible to others. That goes with, being in your feelings, expressing one's love and feelings. Your femininity includes virtues such as nurturing, tenderness, sweetness, softness, and gentleness, as well as receptivity and intuition. In fact, in order for you to develop your spiritual gifts, including intuition, it's essential to allow yourself to receive, and that includes divine messages. Okay. So there you go. And what is your advice? They say very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you. And calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help to bring you together. So keep the faith, because you deserve love. You are lovable. Even the lying, cheating ones. We're all equal in the universe's eyes, in God's eyes. So even the thieves deserve love. They're probably thieves because they didn't receive accurate love, so they don't know how to be, how to act, how to whatever. So, but regardless, you deserve love. And very soon, the winds of change are blowing. But for now, your challenge is the resting tree. Patience and stillness. It's like the fall of winter here. So perhaps this is what you're needing to do to gather one's wits, gather one's thoughts. And in the challenge position, you got 2. The ring master of scrutiny, discernment, clear vision, and details. Just like what these say, cautious but wise action, meticulous details. And then you hear the shadow queen, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. This is so watch out for this deception here. Watch out people coming back trying to make false offers. You got to be discerning in the situation because you deserve love. And if this person ain't the one, you trying to call in your one. And then very soon you need to decide to let this go because you deserve love and call in something better, someone better. Or is this person. And you deserve love if you're the shady individual who's trying to reconcile. When you do the shadow work, when you hold yourself accountable, when you show growth, when you shed your karma, when you leave behind things that are keeping you stuck and keeping you operating in shadow self behaviors, you are showing yourself self-love. And when you have self-love, you're being respectful of yourself, and you also gain others' respect because you're becoming an honest person. You can hold yourself accountable. So even when we don't do those things because we try to be controlling and stake in our ways and don't want to see the light or don't want to whatever change and stuff, you're denying yourself love, because you're always going to be operating from a low vibration. But when you align yourself with your higher self, you again are showing yourself self-love. And that way, good things will start coming to you. Because we attract what we put out. And if we're putting out all negative stuff, if we're doing people wrong and whatever, we're probably encountering a lot of karmic similar situations that's trying to bring us to attention to ourselves. That's what all this is about. So take heed. Take heed, young Padawan, as they say. I wouldn't say I'm a Padawan. I'm probably a Jedi at this point. Well, I've been through all this already. And some of it I'm still going through, so I can empathize. The resting tree, we got number 22. The resting tree is a sign for you to stop focusing and planning and be at peace in the moment. This is the representative of non-action and relaxation. Patience is the key to being with this ally. Resting tree asks you to slow down, sit back, watch the roses bloom and birds feed in the meadow. This isn't the time to forge ahead in any way.
You may not be taking enough breaks, so you're invited to be still and contemplate your good fortune. So I got here again, from Fortune, the Pentacles, and we got the Four of Swords there. Even if it means blessing the chaos in your life. And so I said, even, was it in the color purple? The sinners need love too, right? So we have to, even amongst the chaos and the destruction, there's a gift in there somewhere. And usually you pull that from within yourself. You know, your ability to persevere, your ability to grow and to learn. You know, pain is our greatest teacher. So whatever you went through in this situation was painful. And it taught you something. And it's preparing you for better things. So always try to find the silver lining. Even though it's hard. There's one in there. There's always one in there. This is a sign to allow everything to fall away except the stillness of the moment. It's like living within the space between breaths. That's why I said enjoy this moment. Be present. Not in the future or in the past. Try to rest the mind. When the resting tree appears, it signals that you've done all you can for now, and it's time to unwind and allow your story to unfold of its own accord. Which usually is divine timing. Let the universe, whatever. You know, step back and wait to reap the rewards of your efforts. You've earned the right to rest and relax. Amazing ideas will come if you do. Remember the ancient saying, we do without doing and everything gets done. And there goes the siren. I live near a hospital, so sometimes it interrupts my reading. We have number 9 in the challenge position, the Ringmaster of Scrutiny. When the Ringmaster of Scrutiny appears as your challenger, he warns you to observe your situation with discernment and clarity. It's like I said, if somebody's in deep contemplation here, it's time to see the flaws in the foundations you and others have built under you. And all see it for what it is, not for what we want it to be. It also seems that you may be getting caught up in the details of your dream when really it's time to leave them to the divine. Perhaps you're worrying about the past and the future too much. Didn't I just say that? I love when that happens. Forgetting that the dream is created in the now time. Often the Ringmaster of Scrutiny also brings a warning to read the fine print and watch for hidden agendas. That's what I said. Watch and make sure you're not getting any false offers here. Use discernment, which I believe you are. Often the Ringmaster, read the fine print and watch for hidden agendas when you're involved with others. Don't worry. Whatever your current challenge, things can be resolved as soon as you cultivate detachment and trust. Be like the Queen of Swords. Be logical. Or the King of Swords, whichever. And trust that the details will be taken care of once you turn them over to the divine. The universe has an uncanny way of self-correcting when you get out of your own way. Isn't that that's the hardest thing, right? To get out of our own way. We work against ourselves so much, and we don't even realize how much power that we have over our own situations. It's about perspective. It's about our own behavior, our own self-awareness that can help us or hinder us. Now, the Shadow Queen, 16. The Shadow Queen gently asks you to address your innermost character flaws with compassion, for now it's time to bring your wounded self and hidden agendas into the light. That's why we got those shadows and lies over here. You're seeing the tangible results of those aspects of your nature that have evolved in response to the difficulties in your life. They've been a means to help you survive. That's why I said some people might have been in codependent kind of relationships that were unfulfilling but had filled voids and met needs. Or you were dealing with somebody who was like that and maybe used you and took you for granted and was cheating and taking your money and doing whatever, you know. Perhaps you're falling prey to insecurity masked as elitism and arrogance. Did you have the arrogance and ego card come out? Believing that you know best, to comparing yourself with others, or to being fearful and self-sabotaging. It's also what that ego card was. Again, it's the shadow aspects. You may have been taught that manipulating others rather than being direct is the way to get your needs met. The Shadow Queen reminds you that manipulation in any form isn't the best method of getting what you want. Another meaning that can also apply is the possibility that you're being affected by someone else's wounded self. You know, they're the shady person. They're the ones that lie and cheat and steal because they haven't dealt with themselves. Or especially if you were dealing with a narcissist, then you better cut your losses because that person will never change. Perhaps you are the one being manipulated. Whatever the case, it's time to take a fearless personal inventory and observe what part you play in the dramas and potential disasters in your life. This is It Takes Two to Tango. And then there's a saying, most of the time you saw the crack way before you saw the ass. So we stay in situations because we want to say that we love somebody, so we put up with things that we shouldn't put up with. But that's because of our own stuff that we need to deal with. You know, self-love, self-respect, having boundaries, knowing that we deserve better, not clinging on to someone and jumping through hoops and doing all this stuff to get someone else to love us, to notice us, to change. Because you can't do that. A person has to want to change themselves. And if you're dealing with somebody who's incapable of change, you're really wasting your time. So it's about, again, getting the aha moment, realizing your role, learning the lesson, shedding your karma, and either this person gets with it and you can reconcile, or they can get lost and you can find somebody better. So when you come to the place that says here, when you come to the place of humility, forgiveness, and grace, then you may proceed again and walk into the light. There's a great value and strength in facing your own shadow in the realm of the Shadow Queen. And most people, we don't want to look. Nobody wants to look at the shadow self. Nobody wants to deal with their stuff. So that's why they find themselves projecting it onto other people. You know? And that ain't good. Now let's see what the advice is or the possible outcome. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate, especially if it was karmic. And it says here, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. And then we have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So again, if people are in the karmic cycles, people both operating from their lower vibrational selves, shadow selves, until one person gets it and ends the situation, or the universe ends it, so people separating people, so people can wake up, see their own roles, start doing some reflecting on themselves, on their behavior patterns, their relationship patterns, all of that. You know, getting those epiphanies and learning and growing. And if both people can do it, then it is divine timing. It can now come together because you both had your awakenings, you both learned, and now you're both willing to put in the effort. Or this is you leaving one situation behind, calling in your new person, and that person's going to be your soulmate that was worth waiting for, and they want you to give that relationship a chance, you know, and not hold on to this past energy, you know, and thinking that the next one will be the same or whatever it is. It's about trying to heal and be present and stand in your own power and in your own truth, and ask for help if you need help, or be open to expanding your circle to possibly meet other people. But, you know, whatever your situation is here, you know, it's about owning your stuff and putting yourself out there so that you can, to give in order to receive. Whether it's with the same person, you know, expressing your regrets, your whatever it is, or again, it's cutting your losses and moving on. But regardless, they want you to move on. But be wise, be discerning, be patient, be present, be happy. Because you deserve love, dear. And on that note, I send you love and light. I wish you healing and luck in regards to this and anything else you might be going through. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And until next, and leave comments, because I love seeing how it resonates, if it resonates. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.